Could you believe that behind every sleek Porsche lies a dark secret tied to the Nazis? Dive with us into the world of Ferdinand Porsche, where genius collides with controversy. As we journey through his innovations and troubling alliances, one question remains. What led the legend behind these iconic cars to such a tragic end? Stay with us as the story is far from what you'd expect. Born in the small town of Maffersdorf, Bohemia in 1875, Ferdinand Porsche was not just another boy with wrenches and bolts. He was an innovator from his days playing in his father's mechanical workshop. Have you ever been so deeply involved in something that it becomes your life's work? For Ferdinand, it was his early tryst with electricity, propelling him to design the groundbreaking electric wheel hub motor in 1898. This invention spiraled into an avant-garde Loher Porsche mixed hybrid, which found its stage at the World Exhibition in Paris. Can you imagine the stir it caused, making headway in an era driven by steam and coal? This prodigious leap didn't go unnoticed, drawing him into collaborations with automotive giants like Austro, Daimler, and Mercedes, redefining the essence of cars in the 20th century. World War II cast a grim shadow, altering the direction of his work towards war machinery. Yet, adversity often gives birth to brilliance. Emerging from the ashes of war, Porsche breathed life into the luxury automotive sector with the Porsche 356, crafted in a quaint sawmill in Gmund, Austria. And as the world got acquainted with the legendary 911 series, it became clear that Porsche was no longer just a name, but a luxury emblem. Just when everything seemed to sell smoothly, to everyone's understanding, things were about to take a dark turn. What could possibly cast a shadow over such brilliance? Don't go anywhere, because the journey gets even more intriguing. As Ferdinand Porsche's star rose in the automotive world, so did the dark cloud of Germany's rapidly changing political landscape. The late 1930s and early 1940s were not just about grand engineering marvels, they were deeply intertwined with a regimen that would leave an indelible stain on world history: the Nazis. Once the darling of automotive exhibitions and an engineer par excellence, Ferdinand Porsche found himself walking a tightrope. On one hand, his passion for engineering innovation found a seemingly boundless patron in Adolf Hitler and the Nazi government. On the other hand, his association with this regimen would lead to uncomfortable compromises and choices. It was Hitler's vision of a motorized Germany. In this nation, every citizen had access to a car, leading to the creation of the Volkswagen Beetle. This people's car was a technological marvel and a source of national pride. But was it just a benign dream of mobility? Or was there a darker propaganda at play that sought to blind the masses to the Nazi cause through the allure of technology? As the winds of war began to howl across Europe, Porsche's genius was enlisted not for creating family cars, but as instruments of destruction. Tanks and other war machinery were the mark of his engineering prowess. While these machines were testaments to his technical skills, they were also tools of a devastating conflict. And here lies the moral dilemma. Where does one draw the line between professional duty and ethical responsibility? Adding a somber chapter to Porsche's history, during the resource shortages of the war, Ferdinand, like many companies of that time, employed concentration camp inmates as forced labor. These people suffered greatly while building Porsche's war machines. So, how do you feel knowing the story behind the machine? As we delve deeper into this unsettling journey, one must ask, how does one distinguish the man from the context of his times? And more hauntingly, can a genius ever be separated from the moral choices that accompany it? If you found this chapter of history startling, brace yourself. The next part uncovers more layers of this complex saga, revealing a history as intricate as the machines Porsche so masterfully crafted. In the war aftermath, the French military arrested Ferdinand Porsche, his son Ferry Porsche, and son-in-law Anton Pache for their wartime activities. While Ferdinand was held in custody without a trial for nearly 2 years, the rest of the Porsche family confronted a rapidly changing landscape. The main factory in Stuttgart was commandeered for war reparations. With the brand name tainted by association with the Nazi regime and the wartime economy, the future seemed bleak. It's essential to appreciate the gravity of this situation. Was it the end of the road for the Porsches? Or, like the Phoenix, could they rise from the ashes of their own controversial past? While Ferdinand was detained, his son Ferry displayed remarkable resilience and foresight. In his father's absence, he took on the mantle of leadership. With the Stuttgart factory unavailable, operations were shifted to Gmund, Austria. In uncertainty and adversity, it was here that the Porsche 356, the company's first sports car and precursor to the iconic 911, was conceived. This vehicle was more than just an automobile. It was a statement of intent, a beacon of hope. But how did they finance such a project during these challenging times? The answer lies in a surprising avenue: agriculture. Porsche ventured into designing tractors, leveraging their engineering expertise. These tractors played a pivotal role in financially sustaining the company and rehabilitating its brand image, contributing to post-war reconstruction. Ferdinand's release in 1947 brought him back to an altered world and a transformed company. Instead of dwelling on the past, he took the reins and, together with Ferry, steered the company toward a focus of high-performance sports cars. However, on January 30th, 1951, the automotive world was struck by sorrow. Ferdinand Porsche passed away due to complications from a stroke. His death marked the end of an era, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the brand's future. His legacy was undeniable, embodied in every roar of Porsche engines. From the 1950s to the 1980s, under the continued guidance of Ferry, managed to create an everlasting legacy in the sports car realm. But as the decades rolled on, new challenges arose, setting the stage for the trials of the 1990s. The 90s posed a tough puzzle for Porsche. Financial troubles? Aging car models? It felt like a stormy night for the iconic brand. But sometimes, every cloud has a silver lining, and for Porsche, it came roaring in the form of the Porsche Boxster. Revealed to the world in 1993, this sleek beauty was reminiscent of the classic 550 Spider. But what made the Boxster truly special? Was it its modern charm or its attractive price? Actually, it was a clever blend of both. By sharing parts with the upcoming 911 model, Porsche managed to save big on costs. This strategy, paired with the Boxster's undeniable allure, worked wonders. Sales skyrocketed, and slowly but surely, the company's financial woes began to fade. As the money flowed in, it set the stage for even more masterpieces. Then, in 2002, Porsche turned heads with a wild card, the Cayenne SUV. It wasn't the usual sporty Porsche many knew and loved. Still, the world quickly warmed up to this luxury meets adventure ride, making it a bestseller. But Porsche wasn't done surprising us. 2009 brought the Panamera, a sleek four-door sedan. Despite some initial gasp and skepticism because the model had 4 doors, it soon gained its own crowd of admirers. The eco-conscious 2010s saw Porsche plug into the electric vibe. Enter Taycan in 2019, Porsche's electric dream, blending green tech with a sporty design. Today, Porsche isn't just a car brand. It's a story of bouncing back, taking risks, and setting the gold standard in the auto world. Hungry for more luxury? Then don't forget to subscribe and click the video on your screen to explore an SUV fit for billionaires.